Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing our deep analysis tailored specifically for you, and we're aiming to pull out some real, actionable investment intelligence from our source materials.
We are, and the subject today is a fascinating one. It's a property called 9 Harmony Heights in Portland, Jamaica.
Right. And our sources are a very detailed online listing and also the raw transcript from an uncut video tour of the place. So we get both the official marketing and the on-the-ground feel.
And we're really looking at a cash flow puzzle here. This isn't just about a nice house by the sea. The property is explicitly marketed as an income-generating asset. They call it a multifamily house.
And those top-line facts, they really do grab your attention. We're talking about a huge 7-bedroom, 7-bathroom building.
Spread across 3 levels.
Asking price is $800,000 US. It's got these sweeping ocean views. But I think the real question for you as an investor is this. Does the complexity of a 7-bed, 7-bath multifamily home at this price, in this location, actually generate a better return than, say, a simpler investment model?
That's the core question.
Right.
And to answer it, you have to move beyond just the descriptive features, the pretty pictures. You have to synthesize the design of the property with its potential profitability.
So you're analyzing things like unit density.
Unit density, the likely upkeep costs for a building from 1997, and you have to ask if the premium you're paying for the location justifies the CapEx, the capital expenditure you'll need for modernization.
Okay, let's start with that location then.
Yeah.
Because in coastal real estate, that's almost everything. We're in the Ferry Hill community, Boston, Surrey County, Jamaica.
And the sources really position this as a major advantage. It's, quote, perched above the coastline.
So you get the views, but what about access?
Well, that's where you see the strategic balance they've struck. It's described as having a private, rural setting, which gives you that feeling of tranquility, but it's also just 1 minute off the main road.
Which is key.
It's absolutely crucial for operational efficiency. Think about it. Less travel time for maintenance staff, easy access for guests who are trying to check in and out. It just smooths everything over.
I do want to push back on that a little bit, though. When you hear rural setting, you have to apply a critical lens, right? If your target audience is international travelers expecting, 5-star resort convenience, does being nestled in a well-fruited, well-groomed hillside garden actually become a challenge? I mean, a beautiful garden is great, but an expansive one implies pretty high year-round landscaping costs.
That's a very fair point. And that high density of vegetation, that well-fruited garden, means ongoing maintenance is just not negotiable. It's a fixed cost you have to bake in.
But the ambiance is the asset.
The ambiance is absolutely the asset. The views they list, ocean, countryside, and mountain, that's the value driver for your short-term rental pricing. It is the panoramic trifecta. You can command a premium for that.
And that premium is backed up by its proximity to the big tourism hubs.
Yeah.
The listing is very specific here. It names Winifred, Boston, and the famous Sand Beach as being just minutes away.
Exactly. And that proximity, that is your investment validation right there. San especially, it draws a higher-end clientele.
So you're not just getting any tourist.
No, you're targeting guests interested in snorkeling, private coves, the, historical prestige of Portland. The location is just ideal for high-yield Airbnb or guest house operations.
All right, let's talk first impressions. Walking up to the property, it's clearly built for scale and for security.
For sure. You have 2 ways to get in, the front gate or the garage. And right away, you see an automatic gate opener, and this is important, fitted CCTV cameras throughout the property.
So that security infrastructure is baked in from the start.
It has to be. It's non-negotiable for a multi-unit property, especially if you're catering to international guests. The automatic gate is great for streamlining access for tenants and guests.
But for you, the investor.
For you, the investor, it represents an ongoing operational cost. You have to monitor that system, maintain it, and eventually you'll have to replace it. It's an essential cost, not just a nice amenity.
Okay, let's pivot to the core of this deep dive then. The income potential. It was built in 1997. It's a 3-level, 7-bed, 7-bath, multifamily house.
And the source material confirms that income is already flowing. This isn't theoretical. 2 of the units are currently rented out.
Providing, and I'm quoting, good income potential.
Which is the ultimate green flag, right? Immediate, verifiable cash flow from day one. But what's really fascinating here is the structure, the way they've designed it to maximize the number of units.
This is the breakdown of the 4 self-contained apartments plus the main house.
That's it. This is where you see the real genius of the investment.
So walk us through that. How have they stacked these units to maximize the rental flexibility across the 3 levels?
Okay, so it starts on level 1. This level has the main residence, which is, the owner's potential home. It has the main living areas, the kitchen, the master suite, and another full bedroom and bath.
Standard enough so far?
But, and this is critical level 1, also cleverly tucks in a fully self-contained one-bedroom unit. It's got its own kitchen, its own bathroom, and it's accessed by a separate spiral staircase.
Oh, that's clever. So the owner could, in theory, live in their own luxury space and immediately be generating income from that little spiral staircase unit right next door.
Exactly. That's 2 potential rental streams, or one residence and one rental, all on the ground floor. But then you go up to level 2, and that's where it really ramps up the density.
Okay.
It has 2 completely separate units. One is a large 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, and then there's also a separate 1-bedroom unit.
And they both have their own entrances.
Both have private entrances, and they both have private patios that overlook the sea. That's a huge selling point.
That segmentation is brilliant. The 2-bed unit lets you target families or maybe 2 couples traveling together, which means a higher yield per night.
Right. And the 1-bed caters to singles or couples. So you've already got 3 units that are designed for different segments of the rental market.
And there's more.
And we go up again, the top level. It's got another charming 1-bedroom apartment. And this one comes with its own spacious ocean view terrace.
Wow.
So that brings your total count to 4 distinct self-contained rental units on top of the main house.
That's 5 potential income streams.
Exactly. So your whole valuation method has to shift. You're not comparing this to single-family homes anymore. You have to use an income capitalization approach based on 5 potential revenue streams.
4 separate booking calendars to manage, plus the main house if you rent that out too. That is a serious operational lift.
It is.
But the source material also gives us that really important caveat. It says the house is in need of some modernization.
Or a modern refresh.
Mm.
And that caveat is the investor's immediate challenge. It's the puzzle piece you have to solve.
Because the bones are good.
The bones and the unit density are fantastic. But a 1997 build, that's a signal. It points to potential deferred maintenance. You're thinking about electrical systems, plumbing, and definitely aesthetic updates.
So you have to budget significant CapEx. You can't just look at the $800,000 price tag in isolation.
Absolutely not. You should probably budget, maybe 15 to 25% of the purchase price to bring those 4 units up to the standard you'd need to get premium Airbnb rates, especially being so close to Sansan.
And if we're talking about updating 4 separate kitchens and 4 separate bathrooms, plus general modernization, those costs add up very, very quickly.
They absolutely do. And modernization isn't just about how it looks, it's about efficiency. Outdated appliances and 4 kitchens means higher utility bills for you, the owner.
Unless the units are separately metered.
Which is a critical and unstated detail. That's one of the first things a buyer would need to verify. If all 7 bedrooms are on one main electricity meter, then allocating those utility costs becomes a huge operational headache.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit to some of the practical amenities, starting with something absolutely necessary in a place like Jamaica: water security.
Yes, and the sources confirm the owners planned this out very carefully. They have 5 exterior water storage tanks. 5.
Wow.
And an internal storage area that's described as having a lot of capacity.
Okay.
And it's all hooked up to a pump. This is more than just a convenience, it's an operational safeguard.
A safeguard against what? Fluctuations in the municipal supply?
Exactly, which can be a real risk. This ensures your guests always have water, no matter what. That pump system, by the way, is housed in what they call a bonus room.
A bonus room?
Yeah.
That sounds like an opportunity.
It is. It introduces flexibility. If a new owner were to install a more compact, modern water system, you could potentially repurpose that entire space. Maybe turn it into a shared laundry facility for the rental units.
Oh, that would be a huge value add for long-term tenants.
A massive one.
Okay, moving on to the structure. The double garage is pretty standard, but the video tour mentioned something interesting: an unused WC and shower tucked in the corner. Why does that matter if it's not even being used?
Well, it speaks to past use or future potential. Maybe the garage was used as a workshop or a staff area at some point.
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, for valuation, every bathroom adds to the official count. Even if it's rudimentary and not currently working, it contributes to that overall 7-bathroom count, which drives the perception of the property's scale on the listing.
And my favorite practical detail, the one that speaks directly to the coastal lifestyle, is the silver shower near the main entrance.
Yes.
It's specifically for rinsing off after a day at Winifred or Boston Beach before you come inside.
It's those little thoughtful details that get you five-star guest reviews. It solves an immediate problem sand in the house, and it just makes the guest experience that much better. It costs almost nothing to install, but adds so much perceived value.
We should also touch on the sheer amount of utility space. The transcript points out a dedicated storage room that spans the entire length of the house on one side.
That is a game changer. That kind of linear storage capacity is so essential when you're operating multiple rental units. You need a place for linens, cleaning supplies, maintenance gear, without cluttering up the apartments.
It's a key operational feature.
A key feature that's often overlooked in newer, less thoughtfully designed buildings.
Okay, and just quickly, before we step into the main residence, the hard specs.
Mhm.
The land area is 10,617 square feet,
Hmm.
and the roof is decromastic.
And a decromastic roof is a long-term positive. It's known for durability in tropical climates. It's low maintenance. It basically minimizes one major source of potential capex right off the bat, letting you focus your renovation budget on the interiors.
All right, let's finally step into the owner's potential sanctuary level 1, the main residence. It's described as expansive, free-flowing, with lots of natural light.
This is the luxury part of the equation. It's the counterbalance to all that high-density rental activity happening on the other floors. The space is generous. You have a formal dining area, a sitting room or lounge, a well-sized kitchen, and even a dedicated office or study.
So even if you are an owner-operator running this whole thing as a guest house, you have your own private, dedicated space to manage the business.
Without compromising your own living comfort. That's the idea.
But this is where the emotional value really comes in. The master suite experience. It's got the walk-in closet, the en-suite, its own private patio. But the description of the view is what really sells it.
The design is all about that view. The master suite has 3 windows, but it also has a large sliding door. The source transcript gets very specific here, saying that when this door is open, the cool breeze flows in. And you can, and I quote, just look at the ocean from there, right from your bedroom window. This isn't just a home, it's a private, climate-controlled viewing platform.
That view is what makes the whole thing work, isn't it? The master suite lets the owner have this incredible luxury lifestyle, which is subsidized or maybe even paid for entirely by the income from the other 4 units.
That is the ultimate trade-off this property offers you. And then complementing that is the broad, expensive ocean view balcony stretching across the front of the home.
So to summarize, we've synthesized the key knowledge here. It's a very dense 7-bed, 7-bath multifamily property. It offers 4 distinct segmented income streams, and it's in a high-value coastal location. The main challenge is unlocking its full potential through strategic modernization.
Exactly. The location is an asset, the unit density is an asset, the infrastructure like the water tanks and security, that all mitigates major risks. The necessary capex is the hurdle you have to clear.
And finally, we have to talk about the most fascinating operational detail, one that could simplify the whole transition. The video tour host says that literally everything is for sale in this house,
Including all the furniture and the art.
So what does that mean for an investor?
It's a double-edged sword, really. On the one hand, it's a huge logistical bonus. You get immediate turnkey rental capability. You could close on the property and theoretically start collecting rent from fully furnished units the very next day.
It minimizes your vacancy risk during that transition period.
For sure. But on the other hand, given that 1997 build date, you have to ask yourself how likely it is that the furniture and art are modern enough for today's Airbnb guests.
Right. You have to calculate the cost of replacing all that dated decor versus maybe getting a discount to keep it temporarily.
It shifts your capex calculation. Instead of budgeting to ship and install all new furniture right away, maybe you budget for its eventual replacement over the first couple of years, and you let the immediate rental income fund those upgrades organically. It's an immediate operational benefit, but a deferred aesthetic cost.
So 9 Harmony Heights is really a textbook example of a value-add multifamily investment. It really demands an owner with a clear operational plan and a capital budget that's ready to go.
It does. And that brings us to the final thought we want to leave you with for your own analysis. Since this property can generate such serious income from its 4 self-contained units, what is the optimal financial strategy for you as the new owner?
Do you go for maximum profitability?
Exactly. Do you rent out all 7 bedrooms, including that luxurious master suite, and just treat the entire property as a pure income engine?
Or is the true value in living in that high-end master suite yourself on level 1 and using the substantial cash flow from the 4 rental units to completely subsidize your own premium, debt-free coastal lifestyle?
The structure forces a choice. It's a fascinating dilemma between pure profit and subsidized luxury.
A truly high-stakes decision, driven entirely by this property's unique structure.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thank you for joining us.